Well, first, do you believe in climate change?
Of course.
Why did you choose to do urban agriculture?
Tired of just sitting in the sideline and just watching everything get damaged, and it hurt. So I just felt like I had to do something, make a small change in my life and hopefully a bigger contribution to the global food.
How's the carbon managed here in the soil?
How it absorbed, like the nutrients and whatnot, like
yes.
this bed. So I've only been farming for 2 years now,
okay.
two seasons.
Okay.
One season was in a different farm, and then this season is on this farm. But I'm primarily on this one. There's another one called Far Rock Farm, yeah. But I'm primarily on this one. This compost is amazing. It's about 70% compost. The soil is amazing. Yeah. We got it delivered from, I believe, a company in Pennsylvania, but don't quote me. I'm not. This soil is extremely just well. We grew these collards and these Swiss chard a couple months ago, and even the bok choy that you see in the back.
Yes. When does the season start?
The season starts in March,
and then you end like around right now?
Yeah, like end of November, mid-December or something. But these plants just grew.
This is bok choy?
This one's, those are collards. This is Swiss chard, I believe.
Okay.
There's some lettuce over here. There's some turnips.
Okay.
Over there is some lemongrass. We got callaloo. These strawberries. Oh my God, these are strawberries. That's cool. These are carrots.
Well, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Grow fast.
Oh, the soil. I'm still getting used to the weather patterns.
Yes.
A lot of wind, a lot of unpredictable weather. But for example, this bed, there's been a lot of erosion. It's just not stable. When it rains, this actually does not get flooded, but the rest of these beds do. There's a bed in the far end where it got shifted because of the amount of water.
And how do you do when it gets flooded?
I'm so mad. I mean, those beds don't have anything because I don't want them to, because of that reason. But I do think about it all the time. Like, even if you see these two beds right here, like the two short ones, they're moved a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's because of the sand. It's not of even surface. There's a lot of wind going on, so even if you do something one day, the next day, it's kind of like a different shape, if it rains. Yeah, this one breaking down.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oof, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. This is on a beach.
Oh,
this is
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, this is on a beach.
So you covered everything with soil?
Yeah, and this is sand.
Do the plants grow with the sand and the soil? Is it like a mix?
Yeah, so what we did is I laid down this fabric cloth first, so it could prevent the soil from touching the sand. But so when I laid this down, I then laid down some mulch, if you can see over here.
Okay.
And then we put some soil.
Okay. Like, what is it?
This is just wood chips.
Just wood chips.
Yeah. And then when they break down, they release, I think it's like nitric oxide. Well, it's mostly the microorganisms that they get to thrive off this, and with the sand and everything, it's just like a whole ecosystem that gets developed. Really good for the soil.
So you work with microorganisms all the time?
I wouldn't say me per se, but the lead farmers over there do. Like, for example, this coming winter, before shutting down, we're looking to get some dead leaves and expired milk. I never heard of that method, but the lead farmer, Jacob, who's over there at the farm, there's a method where it breaks down the soil in the wintertime and helps break down the dead leaves, and it creates this fermentation. I'm not too sure what, but I never heard of that method. So right now I'm just moving these weeds.
Okay.
Those weeds, I'm putting them up against the fence line.
Okay.
See, there's a lot of garbage that comes seeping in. I want to use this as a barricade. Why not? We have a lot.
Wait, what's your name?
Nigel.
Okay.
Yeah. So like this program is like a seasonal program where we like help people like running our children around the farm.
Do you have any fears about the development of the farm?
This one in particular, I do.
Because of what?
Climate change. Far Rock scares me in particularly because it's right by the beachfront. And if you see here, they started making some. They started fixing beach dunes.
The barriers. Yeah.
I think it's because the El Nino,
sea rise levels,
all of that, and El Nino is currently happening. So,
what is El Nino?
It's like picture like having a ball in the palm of your hand that's like gooey, and it's just kind of solid right now.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you squeeze it, it comes out from different directions.
Oh, I
That's
see.
El Nino.
And how would that affect the farm?
Because it's right in the beachfront, so when it
so
rains
it comes under the
excessively,
sand.
yeah, and I don't know if those beds are gonna make it. I just don't. The farm that we're going to right now has been there for about 7 years.
Yeah.
7 to 8 years, I believe. A little background story. It got donated to us.
Oh, by who?
By the farm next door, actually.
So right now we're going to...
Far Rock Farm. Speak to Jacob.
They're farmers?
They're the lead farmer. Jacob
Okay.
is the one that's in charge of the way the farm looks.
Okay.
Jacob's been there the longest. He's been there for 7 years. This farm and the farm, like you could feed this whole little community, this whole neighborhood.
How many people is
5,000 in this little neighborhood.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And they can just be fed by the farms?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, they could.
Like, how much do you collect, you would say, per month?
Right now, for example, on the beets bed in Auburn, that's 3 pounds. Probably like 400 pounds, maybe even more, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm underestimating it.
Okay, can you just present yourself first?
Jacob Okam,
And what are you doing here?
I'm the lead farmer here.
Lead
in
farmer.
Far Rockaway Urban Agro Education Center. We do everything to make sure that we produce enough food for the community.
For the community and the neighborhood.
Yes, and neighborhood.
Beautiful.
Yes, yeah. See, I want you to watch this soil.
Yes.
How the crop on it look. They are very healthy, right?
Yeah, they are.
Look at this side.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any different you observe here?
This looks more dry.
Okay. This side is like barren. When you say barren soil, the reason was because of the last crop we grow here. We grow hard-rooted crops, strong-rooted crops. Strong-rooted crops absorb more nutrients from the soil, like shallow-rooted crops. So when every soil was the same, but when we planted this crop we planted here, absorb a lot of nutrients and make it to be somehow nutrient deficiency. In comparison, this is less than 50% nutrient content, this soil. That is the reason I'm requesting organic material plus other additives to boost it, to boost the soil. Now we are closing farm. By the time across next cropping season,
It'll be healthy.
It will be matured. If I leave it like this and plant next crop next season, it will reduce the soil nutrient to less than 25%, which is almost barren. We call it barren soil. I use British English.
No problem.
I don't speak American English.
No problem.
I'm from Nigeria. The dry leaf and milk is what I'm going to. When we open the center of the soil, first of all, we put the dry leaves. Then I will dilute expired milk with water, like 65% water, 35% expired milk.
Okay, 5% milk and 65% water.
Yes.
And you mix it?
Dilute it.
And do you mix it with the leaves as well?
And pour it on top of the leaf and cover the soil again.
Okay.
That milk is an easy organic material to attract microbes. Milk. Then the leaf will balance food at the soil for the microbes to digest, to come quick. And milk has 2 contents. One content is fat.
Yes.
The other content is water. The water in the milk is the best food for worms. It will attract worms from about 10 meters away.
So you're trying to attract worms?
Yes, it will bring worms, and worms will help to build the soil.
To build like a new ecosystem?
Yes, you can see in this farm, we never use organic fertilizer. We don't use fertilizer. We
Not
don't
at
use
all.
chemicals. So this side is better because we already removed the crop and amended the soil. See, this side of the farm
Yes.
is healthier. The soil is healthier than this side. So all this side we must amend it throughout. Again, if you come at this end, this block is about 65% and a little bit better. We're gonna bend it. Okay, that soil, that side, from here is better. This tree bed, the reason that it looks nutrient deficiency is because of what we planted here. We planted onions, and this is the third cropping on this bed. So due to what we planted here, this tree bed look different. Look at it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
This wood mulch, when we use it as mulch, after a cropping season, we transfer it top of the bed. As when we send it here, therefore it will decompose to add a lot of nutrients here.
So to create new compost.
Yes, it is internal built compost.
Is that how every urban farms works, or?
No, this is our own technique. It is only in this farm you see this practice because I initiated it and we apply it. Other people come and learn from here. You see, all this area need amendment, but it's quite different up there. It's different.
Why is it different?
See it, look at it. There's a big difference because there's a lot of organic materials. We acquired this section newly. So when we boosted the soil, we call it soil boosting, when we want to add more nutrient to the soil. After we did that, what we planted here was so nice. The onion is a cold weather crop. So it will survive winter. It will sleep when weather come immediately next
So
year.
it's like
it will come immediately.
hibernation.
Yes.
Okay.
Just come up immediately.
Okay.
That will be the first crop we are going to harvest next year.
Okay.
So
What do you mean by amendment?
amendment is like if we need more nitrogen. Amendment is soil crop nutrient. Like if you want nitrogen, if it is calcium deficiency, if it is potassium deficiency, you make sure you mix organic material that contains all those minerals.
Okay.
And that's what I mean by amendment. Yes. Carbon.
Yeah.
It depends, when you talk about carbon, it depends on carbon. It depends on, is it like organic carbon, like leaves, or we amend our soil according to the crop we are planting. Okay, some crop we like acidity. We make sure we allow that alkalinity soil.
What is that?
Okay, when the sodium nutrient value, it depends on alkaline. When it is salty, all right, over there, like alkaline, just like something like salt. Then acid is different from acidity.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what we call by acidity and alkaline. Depending on crop you are planting, you cannot use it off head. It is just a practical thing.
And how do you measure it?
There's
A chart?
Yes, a chart. If you measure it, you know how we are going to amend the soil.
And does the acidity of the soil change depending on the climate?
Not necessarily. I think based on the organic matter
Okay.
and the environment. Sometimes, like when you are near the
beach?
the beach,
Yeah.
is supposed to be more of alkalinity or acidity. Okay, for example, sometimes you come this side, it will be high acidic. If you go the other side, it will be alkaline. So it's unpredictable.
What are you working on right now?
Right now, we are just clearing the farm, preparing it for next year.
Yeah.
That is why I requested for dry leaf
And milk.
dried milk.
Okay,
So
cool.
when we prepare it, by the time next year,
The soil will be ready.
Underground action must have been taken.
Cool. Do you have any fears based on the climate change?
Climate change, you see the difference. I came from a zone, Africa, where
Where
there
it's
was
super
no
dry.
anything scientific, but we use our natural intelligence to manage the situation. So when we talk about climate change, actually it only erupts occasionally. What I mean by that, like sometimes we observe a very strong wind unexpectedly that will come and try to torment
And making erosions.
everything tormenting, but it's not permanent. It just occasionally it happens. When it happens, then you know what you're going to do to redeem the situation.
So you're not scared of it?
No.
You know how to manage it?
That is what I tell you. We came from a zone where there was nobody care. We survived there. When we come here, it's just like we are in paradise. Last year, we lost a lot of nutrients, especially that plot. The reason why that plot was so devastated.
But do you have any solutions to protect from the wind?
I forgot to tell you, our method of farming here is called gardening and landscaping. That means as we are growing crop, we protect the land. That is why you see all these fabrics. These fabrics are placing a barrier when wind is coming. Normally, strong wind comes from this side, southwest wind. It's very strong. So that's what happened last year. There was no protection. So you see this soil is lower. It's because of what happened. We put more of wood chips.
The wood chip is like to protect from the wind?
Yeah, to give bridge it. So as it is like this, wind cannot wash away crop nutrients. It cannot go away.
Are you not like bothered by the heat during the summer?
Heat?
No?
Not at all.
It's not affecting at all? It's not drying?
At all.
Thank you.